And welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Calhoun's. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from your friends at Calhoun's. They want you to have a fun and safe Christmas Eve, and I will give you a tip. If you're still looking for last-second stocking stuffers, go grab a copper card very, very quickly. Calhoun's. All right, want to welcome. Oh, well, we got something here before we welcome them in. Very good. Mark, your daughters are here tonight. Hopefully they enjoyed that. Will was smart enough to get his sons out of here.
Yeah, brought them in early, got them out.
All right. Welcome in Will Overstreet, former Vol player, and Mark Pancratz right there, former Vol assistant coach under two basketball coaches, Bruce Pearl and Conzo Martin. We're going to continue with our Christmas theme here. First, one question for everybody, or I should say one question for each of you. Chuck Cavaleris, you get the first one. Early in the movie A Christmas Carol, Scrooge asks his nephew Fred, "What reason have you to be merry?" Chuck, I ask you the same thing. As a Vol fan, looking back at 2017, what was the biggest plus? Was there one?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's kind of hard to sift through the ashes and find that. I think at least you fixed the Lady Vols thing. You know, in that about the main thing, you can see basketball, men's basketball is, you feel like trending up, playing hard. And hopefully the family's going to be coming back together a little bit with Coach Fulmer, but there's not a whole lot, really.
Trey Smith signing and living up to his billing, maybe.
Mm-hmm. So
Lady Vols is probably.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question. There aren't many reasons to be married at the end of 2017. Maybe 2018 will be better. All right, next question here. This one is for Will Overstreet. Let's go to the picture. There we go. And what we got here is, what will be easier to find in Knoxville? Zuzu's pedals, which George Bailey can't find, or 5 SEC caliber offensive linemen? If only you could clone Trey Smith. All right, easier to find Zuzu's pedals or 5 linemen on that roster?
Oh, Zuzu's pedals by far. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we talked about this offensive line for so long, and a lot of people, I didn't agree with it, but that a year more was going to make it a year better. Well, in this case, the wine turned into vinegar because it had a lot of air in it. It was not better. And guess what? With this returning crew right now, I mean, you have to go with what you know. Trey Smith, great player. Everybody else, if there is anybody else, I mean, you just don't know what you have right now. So you can't say, wow, this is going to turn around. Offensive line is the position that takes the longest to grow and have great. It doesn't come out of the freshman blocks many times like Trey Smith. You have to have a group on campus for several years. And right now, what we've seen, you don't have much in the cupboard, and it's kind of bare.
And there's even talk that Drew Richmond is gauging his pro prospects. We'll see what happens there.
That was a surprise.
All right, next question. This one's from Mark Pancratz. Let's go to the picture. Oh, we've jumped ahead of one here. Actually, if we could go, let's go through this one, and maybe we can go back. There we go. We're back to it. All right, now. When George Bailey disappeared, Bedford Falls went to heck. All right, it turned into Pottersville. You see, it even got colorized there, but you got the clubs tonight. Went to heck. With this UT basketball team, it would go to heck if blank disappeared. Who's the George Bailey of this team? They can't afford to lose him or it all goes to heck.
Well, I think the obvious answer is Grant Williams. I mean, he's a guy that, and really not only just his production on the floor at both ends, but what he does off the court. I mean, he is an extension of the coaching staff. He holds guys accountable. He's the leader that every coach dreams of because he's in there early, he's staying late, watching film. So just his presence in all aspects of the program, couldn't do without him.
Okay, very good. Last one, which we did a little bit of foreshadowing right there. Okay, so Bob Hodge, you work in the coal industry. You work for a coal magazine, so this is a natural fit for you. I'm going to run through some Tennessee sports figures or some people who fans wanted to be Tennessee sports figures. And I'm going to let you tell us coal for their work in 2017, or do you give them a gift for their work in 2017? Let's go to the first one. That would be Rick Barnes.
I'm going to go gift. I thought last year he had the team turned around. This year he's obviously got them turned around, so I'm going to go gift.
Okay, so gift to Rick Barnes.
Rick Barnes gets a gift.
Now it gets a little more difficult because we got Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning.
Oh,
Gift or
man.
Cole.
I tell you what.
Now,
I
are you doing this based on you or based on what your
I'm going to do
friends
it based
and
on
ball fans are
me.
saying? Okay.
Because me and Peyton Manning finally have something in common. We both like Greg Schiano as coach at Tennessee, and that turned out to be the biggest negative in the history of negatives.
People are going to riot at your house.
And it's the first time. It is the first time Peyton Manning has ever been spoken about negatively. The word I'm trying
Negatively?
to say.
Yeah.
In
You need
Knoxville.
more eggnog?
Yeah. So he gets cold.
But I wonder, though, there's actually a second one. If you remember, he was the one that decided to go get John Curry. Everyone thought it was going to be Philip Fulmer, and Manning was in on that. And I believe Manning was the one that called a lot of the former Vols on that hire, the Curry hire, and also on the Greg Schiano
But
hire.
I don't think that got him into the cold list as much as the Schiano thing did, because
I think they work together, but okay.
Yeah.
It's your segment. I need to shut up. All right. Another one. John Gruden. Gift or Cole?
Boy, I tell you what, give him Cole. He could have pulled the plug on all the John Gruden talk, because since he is John Gruden, and he just let it go. He let it go. He let it go. I think he loves this. I think this is his time of year. People are looking for coaches. He's the coach a lot of people want. So no, he could have ended all this stuff.
So you're saying he was sitting in Tampa singing "Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go." All right. Last one. Sorry, you had to hear me sing. Holly Warlick for her 2017. And that's almost you judging regular seasons?
You've got two. How about a gift made out of coal, like a nice figurine somebody's carved? I mean, I think for last year it has to be coal. It was very disappointing for people. This year, though, it's obviously turned around a little bit. So she would actually get right in between the two of them.
She's someone who she's enjoyed the fact that she got her Christmas gifts early. DeShields left.
Yeah.
The freshmen have lived up. And I think it benefits her that Philip Fulmer is back in place. I think she got her 3 Christmas gifts early. All right. Thank you all. When we come back, it's just football. We're going to ask Will Overstreet to talk schedule, to talk Jeremy Pruitt. What kind of hire was the Pruitt hire? We haven't heard from Will yet. You will next on the Sports Source.